Cray there, friends, and good morning from EPCOT. It's your boy, the pin trading pastor, and no, you do not need to adjust your sets today. It is cold. Yes, I'm going to give you a slight early morning drip check. You're going to get the real drip check later, but I have got a hoodie on here in Central Florida today. As you can see, I've got my Ohio State hoodie on. I'm originally from Ohio, the Columbus area, and I am a huge Buckeyes fan, so go Bucks. For those of you watching OH, and I know many of you said IO, so thank you for that. Here we are today at EPCOT. It is chilly. I woke up to a crisp 54 degrees this morning. Again, I lived 38 years of my life in Ohio, and so I felt I was acclimated to cold weather. But here in Central Florida, just like humidity makes things warmer, humidity makes things colder. And 54 degrees is cold. It feels like it's 20 or 30 back in Ohio. And so it's a cold one, but we're excited. We're gonna bring you the content today. And so the name of the game today, a couple of weeks ago, I should say, we did a game called Disney Duos, and we knocked that out fairly quickly, right? We knocked Disney Duos out fairly quickly. So we're trying something different today. Today's game is Disney Trios. So we're doing the Disney Trios Pin Challenge. Now, what is the Disney Trios Pin Challenge? Much like the Disney Duos Challenge, today we're gonna be finding trios, much like Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, Sebastian, Flounder, Ariel, things like that. And so we're gonna be on the hunt. We're gonna show you all the pin boards. We're gonna hit every cast member that we can find today. And we are gonna get as many Disney trios as we can find today. I'm excited to bring you the content. Come along for the ride. Let's see what we can find. Okay, so if you watch for any length of time now, then you know I am an equal value trader. I'm always gonna trade authentic pins for authentic pins, and I'm gonna trade fake pins for fake pins. So I do want to show you what we'll be trading today, because doing the Disney Trios Challenge, we're going to come across a lot of fake pins, and so we're going to show you those first. Here we go. These are the unauthentic pins we're going to be using today. Got a bunch of fake, really bad looking pins, and that's okay. But we've also got a ton of real pins today, and I want to show you those. I went and bought some mystery packs. So we've got some of the popsicles, some of the cups. We got my Thor there from the starter lanyard. And here's some more of those, some of these mystery packs that we bought. And so once we run out of these, I've got plenty more to back them up. And so again, we're gonna be looking for real pins, gonna be looking for fake pins, but the name of the game today is the Disney Trios Challenge. So let's go. All right, so it is breezy, it is windy, it is crazy out, but that's not gonna stop us. We're gonna have fun, we're gonna pin trade today. And as you tap your magic band and come into the park, the very first pin board you're gonna see is on the right-hand side of Spaceship Earth. And so it's gonna be right here. You've got your camera center, you've got a place called Pin Traders, that's a souvenir merch shop with pins. We're gonna walk in, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, and here is that first pin board found inside of Pin Traders. And I think I already know which two I'm gonna take to start trios today. I'm gonna take Winnie the Pooh, and I'm gonna take Tigger. That's gonna start us well on the way to our first trio of the day. We'll go ahead and leave this crown behind here, and let's go ahead and leave this guy behind right here. So we'll leave these two, we're gonna take these two, and we're starting our day strong. If you've been with me long enough watching the content here on YouTube and on TikTok, you know I like to have fun, you know I like to smile, you know I like to joke, and I gotta laugh at myself a little bit. I put this board together late last night and got the nice Disney writing on there. I've got the Disney Trios Challenge at the top. But as I was putting those first two pins down, look at what it says. I've got Duo 1, Duo 2, Duo 3. We're not doing Disney Duos, we're doing Disney Trios. So scratch what that says there. We're doing Disney Trios. Man, oh man, I gotta get my creative team to get better at this. That means me and my wife, but I'm taking the blame for this one. Our next pin board is gonna be found right here at Gateway Gifts. So we'll walk in, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. Here is the pin board at Gateway Gifts, and as we make our way around the board again, we are doing the Disney Trio Challenge. Let's just go ahead and make this easy. Let's get Mickey and Minnie. We'll go ahead and knock those two out right off the bat. So we're gonna take these two here, and let's go ahead and leave behind one of the Cheshire surfboards, and let's leave behind this little Skyliner guy right here. So we'll leave the Skyline here, and we'll take these two here, and we've got two more for our Disney Trios Challenge. 2 pin boards down, 4 pins. So we're off to a good start. The next pin board is going to be found over here at Guest Relations, and actually it looks like they have it outside today, so I'm going to show you that real quick. There it is. It's going to be on the left-hand side of Spaceship Earth. And so we'll head over here, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. And here is the Guest Relations pin board as we make our way through the beginning part here of EPCOT. And I think I know what I'm going to do. I see Piglet, so we're going to knock out our first trio of the day. We're going to take this one here. And I think I'm going to go with the Mad Hatter. I know I'm going to find a Cheshire Cat. I'll probably find a White Rabbit somewhere. So we're going to take this one. We're going to leave behind this Mickey right here, and I do not see Pumbaa on the board. So we're going to leave these two behind and take these two for our Disney Trios Pin Challenge today. And here is our updated scorecard. We completed our first trio. We have got Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and Piglet. We've started a duo here with Mickey and Minnie, so just looking for like a Goofy or a Pluto or something like that to go with them. And then here we go. We have the Mad Hatter for our start of our third one, and so we're going to move on to the next one. The next two pin boards are going to be found here in World Celebration Gardens here at EPCOT. There's going to be two pin kiosks, if you will. The very first one we're going to walk, it's right across from the creation shop right here. So we'll take a look at these pins, see if there's anything we need. All right, and here is the pin board located at that first pin kiosk here in World Celebration Gardens. So we look around, I think I know what I'm going to do. I see a Jafar hat and I see a Genie shirt. And so I'm going to take these two because then I can be on the lookout for a Jasmine or Aladdin or something like that. So we're going to take these two. We'll leave behind this guy right here. And let's go ahead and leave behind this Cheshire Cat. Let's make sure on the board neither of those are there. I'm not seeing them, and so we're good to move on to the next one. Okay, so here is the first pin trading kiosk we just visited. And as I move over here to the right, this is going to be the second pin trading kiosk here in World Celebration Gardens. So we'll move over here, take a look at this board and see if there's anything we need. And here is the second pin board at the second kiosk here. And as we make our way around the board, I think I know the next trio I want to begin. I'm going to do a Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. I'm already working on Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. So we're going to take this Mickey, and we're going to take this Minnie right here. So we're going to take these two guys, and we'll go ahead and leave behind this Cheshire Cat right here. And let's leave behind this cat right here. So we're going to leave these two and take these two. And we do have a pin trading cast member. And so I'm going to take this guy for our collection at home. And let's go ahead and leave behind the Jack Skellington popsicle in honor of Halloween. And we'll take that home for us. All right, our next pin board is going to be found right here in Club Cool. You can get yourself a cool drink on a hot day. That's not today, but we can walk in here, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, so we've come up on the pin board inside of Club Cool here. And as we look around here, I know which two I'm going to take. I do think I'll find Anna and Elsa on this journey today. So I'm going to take Olaf to start another set. And I'm going to take Pluto because that's going to finish our Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto trio. So we're going to take these two guys right here. And we will leave behind Eeyore, and let's leave behind the aliens there from Toy Story. So we'll take these two guys right here and leave these two behind for our Disney Trios Challenge today. So if you want to know how cold it actually is here in Central Florida, over here in between Connections Cafe and the Creation Shop, it is normally going crazy with pin traders, people trying to complete their sets. I'm going to show you right now. It's pretty slow. There's a couple people at each of the tables, but it is pretty slow for the most part. Normally this whole area is full of traders, and right now it is not, simply because it is just that cold here in Central Florida. We don't like it. Give me my 70s, give me my 80s. This 50 stuff is for the birds. I don't like it at all. As we make our way away from Club Cool and over toward the space side here at EPCOT, the next pin board we're going to take a look at is found here at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. So we'll walk over there, see if there's any pins we can find for our Pin Trio Challenge today. All right, here is the pin board found at the Guest Experience Blue Team Umbrella. And as I make my way around the board, this might be the first time we only take one. I'm going to take this Goofy right here. And let's go ahead and leave behind Nick Fury. We'll leave this guy right here. We'll put that down there on the board, and we're going to take this one, and we'll update you on the box score in just a minute. So as we make our way to the Guardians of the Galaxy gift shop, I just realized I made an error, and that's okay. One of the trios I was going to try and do was Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy. Now, I mean, you could do that, counts, they're part of the Fab Five, but that's not the one I want to do, and so I basically pulled one in error a couple boards ago. So we did an update, and I'm going to show you here. I still have her on there. Right here I've got Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. I'm going to remove that Minnie in the coming boards and show you that I'm going to take a Donald instead. And so we'll do that here shortly. I'm sure I'm finding Donald on our board, but we wasted a pull. That's okay. But the game continues on, and let's give you the box score total. I mean, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. We've got Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, Mickey, Minnie, Pluto. We've got the Mad Hatter, we've got Jafar and Genie, and we've got Olaf. And now we're up here, we're gonna have Mickey and Pluto, and we're just looking for Donald. So we're doing all right. We're doing okay. It's early, we just started, and so we'll move on to the next one, see what we can find. And here we are at Treasures of Xandar. This is gonna be where the next pin board is located. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind gift shop. Let's take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, and here is the pin board located in the Treasures of Xandar. And as we look around here, again, I'm seeing one that I think I'm gonna take. I'm gonna make this decision. I'm gonna take Thor. I do believe I can find at least 2 more of the Avengers. So I'm gonna take Thor. I'm not seeing another one that I'm gonna take off of this board. And so I think we're just gonna do Thor. We'll go ahead, in honor of Halloween, leave behind Jack Skellington. So we'll take Thor and leave behind Jack Skellington, and we'll move on to the next one. This right here is the Space 220 restaurant. No, that's not where we're going, but that is where I'm taking my son Landon for his birthday in December. Just wanted to show you that because where we're actually going is gonna be right over here. We are gonna be going to the Mission Space gift shop, and it is called Mission Space Cargo Bay. And so you're gonna walk in here, head to the checkout counter, and that is where the next pin board will be. Okay, and here is the pin board located inside of Mission Space Cargo Bay. And as I look here, I know which 2 I'm taking. I'm gonna take Cheshire Cat because we started a trio with that one. And I am going to take Hulk. I'm gonna take this guy right here because we started an Avengers one as well. So I'm gonna take these 2. Let's go ahead and leave behind this little H guy right here. I don't know his name, forgive me for that. And let's go ahead and leave behind Russell. So we're gonna leave these 2 and take these 2 for our Disney Trios Pin Challenge today. Well, so far it doesn't seem like this is gonna be as hard as I thought it was gonna be, but I still have at least 3 open spaces where I haven't started a trio yet. And so I do think it's gonna get hard. I don't know how it's gonna get hard or when, but I do think it will because we're starting to fill up some of those trios we started. And so we're gonna keep going, take a look at this next board coming up. And again, see how many of these we can knock out. I have at least 10 trios, that's 30 pins. And so we're gonna see if we can't fill this board completely up today. And the next pin board we're gonna look at is found here at the Test Track Gear Shop, also known as the Test Track Gift Shop. This is where you exit the ride, and we're gonna walk in, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need today. Okay, here is the pin board located in the Test Track Gear Shop. And I think I know which pin I'm gonna take here to start. I am definitely gonna take this here. That is Woody. I know I can find 3 Toy Story characters, so we're gonna add Woody to the list here. Let's go ahead and leave this guy behind. We'll put that there. I'm not seeing anything else on this board that I want to take for our Trios Challenge today, and so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, well, we did come across a pin trading cast member, and I did find the 2 that I'm going to take off of this. One, because I need an Avenger. Nick Fury counts as that. I mean, he is the leader of them. And then, obviously, you know I love real pins, so I'm going to take Tweedledee and Tweedledum there. And we're going to trade, let's do Winnie the Pooh here. We'll do that for Nick Fury. And let's go ahead and do this cup here. Again, we always encourage authentic pins for authentic pins, so we're going to do this one for Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and we're on to the next one. As we leave the Test Track Gear Shop, I just wanted to hop on here and say my favorite part about being a content creator is the fact that I get to run into some awesome people. Cast member back there at the gear shop wasn't even on the clock. They were getting ready to clock in, and they saw we were doing the Trios Challenge, and they went and grabbed their lanyard that I just showed you, and we're like, let me show you, what do you got, what do you need? And we were able to get Nick Fury. And again, I was gonna look for one of the Avengers, but how could I turn down a cast member that was so excited? Not only so excited, but the fact that they had the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Nick Fury, the one who created the Avengers. And so I wasn't gonna turn that down, and so we were able to complete another trio, and so I'm super pumped about that. Next, we're gonna head into the creation shop and see if we can find any pin trading cast members. I encourage you to do that. Oftentimes there are pin trading cast members wandering there, stocking shelves, doing things like that. And so take a look and see if you can find anybody with a pin pad. Okay, so we did make a trade with a cast member who did have a pin pad, and they did not want their pin pad filmed, but I did trade them for this guy right here, Captain Phasma. I was able to trade one of my Star Wars droids, and then the Thor starter set, the pin from the starter set, I was able to trade for this guy right here, which is a Pixie plush, and so wasn't mad about finding that pin trading cast member in the creation shop at all. As we make our way into World Showcase, I do want to show you, it's a little bit early yet. They should open in about 20 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. You've got a merch location here. You've got a merch location here. and you have a DVC hut right here. These 3 locations generally have pin trading cast members. Again, it's early, so we're gonna come back and hit these here in a little bit after we make our loop around showcase. But I did wanna let you know that there usually are pin trading cast members here. Before you enter World Showcase, there is a guest experience team blue umbrella, and that is where the next pin board we're going to look at will be. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located at the guest experience blue team umbrella. Hey, there's a better Thor, but I'm not taking that. As I look around the board here, we do need Donald. That's gonna complete our Mickey, Donald, and Pluto. So we're gonna take this guy, and I think I'm gonna do a Star Wars trio. So I'm gonna take C-3PO, we're gonna put him there. We're gonna take these 2 right here. Let's leave behind this mini right here. And let's leave behind, I don't see the Yeti on the board, I don't think. So yeah, we'll leave behind the Yeti right here. And then we will move on to the next one. So lately I've been going to the left-hand side of World Showcase. When I'm here with my buddies and my friends, and we're gonna be here for my birthday this weekend, we normally go to the right side. We start in Canada, but when I've been pin trading lately, I'm going to the left-hand side and start in Mexico. So before we hit Mexico, there is gonna be a pin board located right here inside of Disney Traders. And so we're gonna walk in, take a look at those boards and see if there's anything we need. All right, so here is the pin board located inside of Pin Traders. As we make our way around the board here, you know I have a hard time turning down munchlings. So I'm gonna take this guy right here. And for that munchling, we're gonna leave behind our Cheshire popsicle. So we're gonna trade that guy for that guy. I talked to a cast member, like, you can always trade back. I wanna start a Little Mermaid. So I'm gonna take this shell here, and we are gonna leave behind this horse right here. And we do have a pin trading cast member. And I'm definitely gonna do this Mickey and this Donald right here for our collection. And we'll leave behind, let's do the Flounder popsicle since we just bought a starter pack. And let's do this Hades cup, and those will be the 2 authentics that we leave behind for those 2. And on to the next one. All right, so as we make our way to Mexico, we did solidify our 10th trio. We are going to go with the Little Mermaid, and so I'm gonna give you an updated box score. I haven't done that in a minute, and here you go. As we take a look here, we have completed Winnie, Tigger, and Piglet. We've done Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. We're still looking for a White Rabbit, or maybe an Alice, so we can do Alice in Wonderland. We've got Jafar and Genie, so I'm gonna need Jasmine or Aladdin. I'm still looking for Anna and Elsa's. We've got Olaf. There's our shell for Ariel. Again, I'd rather find a better Ariel, but that's what we'll go with. So our Little Mermaid trio. C-3PO. We've got Woody, and so we need some more Star Wars, but we've got Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. We've got Thor, Hulk, and Nick Fury. And so we are well on our way as we enter Mexico to knocking this challenge out. But it's not easy. I told you it wasn't gonna be easy, and it's gonna narrow as we come up on some of these other boards. And so we're gonna keep making our way around and knocking this out as we go. All right, so the pin board in Mexico is gonna be located right inside here. And so we're gonna walk inside, take a look, see if there's anything we need for our Trios challenge today. Okay, so it looks like the outside pin board is out, and this is on the right-hand side of what I just showed you. And so if you come over here, take a look at that board, these cast members will be happy to show it to you. All right, so here is the pin board outside the Mexico Pavilion here. And this one came out a little bit early today, which I'm very excited about. But again, we've locked in our 10 sets of trios, and so there is nothing here that we're gonna need. And so we are going to move on to the next one. Okay, so the pin board located inside the Mexico Pavilion is found here at the La Tienda Encantada. And so we're gonna walk in this shop, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. Okay, here is the pin board located in the La Tienda Encantada, the Mexico gift shop here. And so as we make our way around the board, I'm gonna take this one. Again, we have the Mad Hatter and Cheshire Cat. Here is the Queen of Hearts. And so we're gonna take this one. And then I did find a better Ariel. I don't like that shell for Ariel, so I'm gonna take this one to make that one better. So we're gonna take these 2 right here, and I think we'll leave behind this mini right here, and let's leave behind our Scar tie. We'll leave these 2 and take these 2 as we move on our Disney Trios Pin Challenge today. So as I make my way out of the Mexico Pavilion here, I do have to hop on here and let you know something amazing. So again, it happened down there in La Tienda Encantada. A young girl who was looking at the pin board, she just stopped. Again, I love, my favorite thing about children, and again, you know I have 3 young ones at home that love to pin trade. I love how much that they love to pin trade. They're drawn to those pin boards. They want to do it, but sometimes the parents forget the pins at home. Sometimes they don't have any to do it. And so again, I don't like to let my left hand know what my right hand's doing as a Christian, but at the end of the day, this young girl was staring at this pin, and I looked at her, I said, "Do you want a pin?" And she said, "I really do." And so I told her to pick a pin off the pin board. And so she chose the one she wanted, and I let her look at my pin pad and decide what to put down. And so now for the rest of the day here at EPCOT, she has a pin. She's able to go pin trading. Yeah, it's just one pin, but she can go around. World Showcase, go around the rest of the day as she's riding rides, look at every pin board, and at the end of the day, take that perfect pin home for her collection. Again, friends, that's what it's all about. It's about the magic here at Disney. It's about being the hands and feet of Christ. It's about being the change you want to see. Do those things when you encounter people in the world, brothers and sisters. Norway is going to be the next pavilion found here in World Showcase, and as we're on the hunt for the next pin board, that pin board is going to be located in the Frozen Ever After gift shop, also called the Fjording. It's back here to the left. So we're going to walk in there, take a look at that pin board, see if there's anything we need for Trios Challenge today. Okay, friends, well, here is the pin board located inside the Fjording, and as we make our way around here, that is Princess Leia. So I'm going to take Princess Leia. That's going to be one, and there was another one I saw in here. Where did that go? Where did that go? I know I saw it. Oh, where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. I believe this is Aladdin. It's not a very good Aladdin, but I believe it's Aladdin. So we're going to take these two right here. Let's leave behind this one, and let's leave behind this one. So we'll leave this guy here, we'll leave this guy here, and we'll move on to the next one. I do gotta say, as we leave Norway and heads towards China, it's not often you see World Showcase this slow. I mean, look at how few people are here walking around it. I'm not mad about it. Could be bad for pin trading, could be good. But man, the ride times are low. The temperature is starting to warm up, which is good. And the crowd control is at an all-time high. It's beautiful. And so just wanna say, on a party day when it's chilly, good day to be at the parks. Okay, so it's finally warmed up enough here in Central Florida that I can give you the proper drip check. Drip check! And as we take a look today, the shirt I have on, it's got an old school Nintendo controller on, and it says, "God is in control." And my friends, God is in control. Even when the world is going crazy, even when the news tells you life as you know it is falling apart, God is still in control. He controls the wind, He controls the waves. He's in control of everything, my friends. And so if you're going through something in life, I encourage you, pray to Him, talk to Him. Our Lord and Savior Jesus has everything under control. He is the strength in those darkest moments, so I encourage you to lean on Him today. Amen. The pin board in the China Pavilion is found right here at House of Good Fortune. If you walk to the right-hand side in this door right here, that's going to be where the kid cot area is. It's where you get your passport signed around World Showcase, but that is where the next pin board will be. All right, so this is probably going to be the first board that we didn't take a pin in. As we take a look at the pin board found here in House of Good Fortune in the China Pavilion, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything that's going with Frozen, The Little Mermaid, Star Wars, or Toy Story. And so I look around the board here, and I think we're just going to have to move on to the next one. All right, so we've got 3 countries down, and we've got 8 to go here in World Showcase. So we want to give you the box score update. On our trios game, we've got Winnie, Tigger, Piglet, we've got Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. We've got the Mad Hatter, Cheshire Cat, and the Queen of Hearts. We've got Jafar, Genie, and Aladdin. We're looking for Anna and Elsa, Bruni, something to go with this. We've got Ariel, so we need Sebastian, we need Flounder, we need King Triton. We've got C-3PO, and yeah, we are trying to knock out this Star Wars thing. We got Princess Leia. We need one more, and we've got Woody. So we need Buzz. We need anybody from Toy Story to help us complete that trio. And so we're going to continue on, see if we can't knock out this game today. So before we enter our next country here in World Showcase, we are going to have a pin board located at this guest experience Team Blue Umbrella. So we're going to walk over, take a look, and see if there's anything we need for our game today. All right, friends, and as you see, the sun is coming in here, so I'll shoot the board as best I can. But here is the board found at the Guest Experience Blue Team Umbrella before we enter Germany. And as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything that's going to work for our trios game. We do have a pin trading cast member. Again, I'll try and stay out of the sun here, but I'm not seeing anything that's going to work towards our game. And so we will move on to the next one. Okay, so there wasn't anything on that Guest Experience Team Umbrella pin pad, but I did take this Iron Man. Why? Nick Fury is a part of the Avengers. He started them, but I wanted to go with Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man. And so I redid that board there when I didn't have a trade to make, and it just makes my board look a lot better and makes my OCD that much easier to deal with. Das Callhaus. Das Callhaus. That's what I call the Germany gift shop here. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but the pin board is going to be located in here, so let's go take a look and see if we need anything. All right, well, here is the pin board located in the Germany pavilion. And as we make our way around the board again, I really want to take something from my game, but it's so hard for me to turn down an authentic pin. And my son Landon collects these snack attacks. And so we're going to take this guy right here, and we're going to take this guy right here. So we're going to take these two for my son, and let's leave behind the mini popsicle, and let's leave behind this cup. Again, we bought these mystery packs for a reason, and so we'll leave these two behind and take these two home with us. Okay, so the next pavilion we're in is Italy, and the pin board here in Italy is going to be located directly behind me in this building. We're going to head in there, take a look at that pin board, and see if there's anything we need. All right, so here is the pin board found in the Italy gift shop, and as we look around the board here, I'm seeing what I'm going to take. We're going to knock out another trio. This is the Luke Skywalker Tsum Tsum. And so we're going to take this guy right here, and then I think I want to finalize. I'm not seeing anything that goes towards our other ones, but this is Alice, and I want to take Alice right here instead of that Queen of Hearts. So we're going to finalize another trio, take this one. Let's go ahead and leave this crown right here, and let's go ahead and leave this Winnie the Pooh right here. We'll take these two, and these ones are going on our board today. Okay, so after we leave Italy there, we are down to our last three. We are down to our last three trios. And we're just now halfway around World Showcase. We're getting ready to enter the America Pavilion. And so we're gonna take a look here and just kind of give you the updated scorecard. We need a couple from The Little Mermaid. We need a couple from Toy Story. And we need a couple from Frozen. And so we're locked in. We've got to do these. Obviously finding Luke there was a great score. And so we've got plenty of trios, but we've got 3 trios left to complete. And so we'll see if America can help us out at all. So here in America, the pin board is gonna be located to the right-hand side of Art of Disney here. It's gonna be over here in the EPCOT fun spot. And so we'll walk over there, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need for these last few Disney Trio Pin Challenge pins. All right, well, here is the pin board located at the EPCOT fun spot here in America.
The best place in America?
The best place in America. He's right, Larry, you tell him. And as we look around here, I am gonna take, obviously we're working on Frozen, so we're gonna take Anna here. And I'm not really seeing anything, and even if I did, I'd probably pass, because I have to take this Hulkbuster right here. There is no doubt in my mind I've got to take this guy. So we're going to leave behind, let's leave behind this popsicle here. Always trade authentic for authentic. And let's go ahead and trade this guy right here for our Anna, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so our next pin board is going to be located in Japan. Street Fighter reference? Anybody? No? I'm just that old? Okay. Anyway, the next pin board is going to be found here in Japan. And if you make your way to the middle right here, it's a long, long walkway. Looks like they're doing a little construction over here on the garden house. But the pin board is going to be located all the way in the back again in the EPCOT fun spot area. And so we'll walk back there, take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. Okay, well here is the pin board located at the EPCOT fun spot here in Japan. And as we make our way around the board, again, you know it's very, very hard for me to pass on certain pins. And so my family's been collecting these trash cans. And so we're gonna take Stitch because I know my son will want that guy. And Pluto is my wife's favorite character. So we're gonna take this guy. And again, I encourage you to always put authentic for authentic down. And so we're gonna put down, let's do this guy from Fantasia right here. And let's go ahead and do the Mickey popsicle right here. We'll put those guys down and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so as we were leaving the Japan Pavilion, I did run into a friend who watches, and look at this score right here. We had a couple of Wave Bs, and you know I always carry Wave Bs because people collect those, and I'm Wave B complete at this point. As we look right here, I found this awesome Munchling and this awesome castle from one of our friends who watches. She was looking for 2 different castles that she didn't have, so we were able to trade her those, and we were able to get those guys. And again, I love trading with people. If you see me in the parks, you see me filming, and you want to trade, want to know what kind of pins I have, come up to me, interrupt me while I'm filming. I don't care. I want to meet the fans. I want to talk to people. Let's go ahead and trade if you're in the parks. All right, so our next pin board is going to be found right here. We are in the Morocco Pavilion, and it is found in the Gifts of Morocco. And so we're going to walk in, head to the checkout counter, and take a look at that board. And here is the pin board located inside the Gifts of Morocco. And as I make my way around the board, again, we need something from Toy Story, something from The Little Mermaid, and we're kind of looking for Elsa from Frozen, and I'm not seeing any of those, and so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so the pin board here in France is located at Les Halles. It's right back here in the gift shop in the back of the pavilion, so we'll walk back there, take a look at that board, and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located inside of Layal. And as we look around the pin board, I'm not seeing anything for our game today. Hey, at least we got a real pin right there. We got Captain America t-shirt. But I am not seeing anything we need for our Disney Trios Pin Challenge, and so we're going to move on to the next one. So there was nothing on the pin board found in the gift shop of Layal, but right here at the Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella before we cross over to the UK, there is a pin board. So we're going to take a look at that, see if there's anything we need for this game today. All right, well, here is the pin board located at the Guest Experience Blue Team umbrella, and as I make my way around the board again, we are down to needing Elsa, needing Buzz and Jessie, maybe King Triton, Sebastian, Flounder, any of those, and I'm not seeing them. But I do like this Donald Duck right here, so I'm going to take this guy. Let's go ahead and leave our 7 Dwarf behind. Again, always trade authentic for authentic. We'll leave that behind and we'll take Donald home to our kids. Okay, so we've just crossed the bridge from France to the UK, and right over here is a merchandise cart, pin trading cart. Call it what you will, but they usually have a pin board, so we'll walk over, take a look, see if they have that board out for us today. And as expected, they don't have a pin board. Every time I tell you they have a pin board or they have something, they disappoint me and they don't have it. And so we have time today, so we're gonna make our way a little bit of a different way that I like to go so I can show you. We're gonna walk down the path toward the exit towards the Skyliner here in the back of the park, and we're gonna make our way into World Traveler. And World Traveler oftentimes has pin trading cast members, as well as when you walk out the other side and slightly exit the park, there is a guest relations that has a pin board and a ticket counter that has a pin board. So we'll look at those and see if they have anything we need. So no pads, pin pads I should say, inside of World Traveler, but here is the guest relations just on the outside of the park near the Skyliner. We'll walk in and take a look at their board today. All right, and here is that pin board located at guest relations right next to the Skyliner here at EPCOT. And as we look around the board here, I see a couple I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take a risk. Now I could take Ham, I think. It's my game, my rules, so I could take that. But I'm definitely gonna take Buzz. I'm gonna do Buzz because that's gonna go with Woody. But I like this Drax. I like this Drax a lot. And so I'm gonna take Drax and I'm gonna take Buzz. And so for the Buzz, we're gonna go ahead and leave this guy right here in honor of Halloween. So we'll put that one down there and, oh yeah, now they match. See, we got this guy and this guy. And we'll go ahead and leave these hands right here for our Drax. And so we'll put that there and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, and just outside of guest relations here on the back side of the park near the Skyliner is gonna be the ticket window. The ticket window also has a pin board, and so we're gonna take a look at that and hopefully keep knocking out some of these pins for our challenge today. All right, and here is the pin board located at the ticket window here on the back side of EPCOT near the Skyliner. And I am gonna take one. I don't see anything for our game today, but my wife will be very, very angry if I do not take Pluto since she collects Pluto. So we're gonna take this guy right here. And we'll go ahead and leave this Minnie behind. So we'll leave Minnie, take Pluto, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, so England is gonna be our next country here in World Showcase. And the next pin board is gonna be located over here in the Crown and Crest. And so as we make our way towards the back here, you'll see the toy soldier over there, the gift shop. We're going in this door right here. If we walk in this door in the Crown and Crest, we'll see that pin board. All right, well here is the pin board located inside of the Crown and Crest here in the England Pavilion. And as we make our way around, I should call it the UK Pavilion, not the England Pavilion, but as we make our way around the board, I'm not seeing anything that we're gonna need for our game. I do see this guy right here, this genie. I do wanna take this home for our family today. I think we're gonna go ahead and let's leave this shoe right here. We'll leave this villain's heel behind and we'll take this genie home for our collection today. So if you remember earlier, I told you if you get the opportunity and you're a pin trader to stop me inside of the parks, to trade with me. And as we make our way from the UK to Canada here, I do want to show you how many people have already stopped me. And again, most people don't want to be put on film. They've seen the content and they just want to trade. They're pin traders by nature. They're not content creators. I get that. And so I just want to show you the trades that we've made today that's not on camera, off camera with people in the park, just your average Joe Schmo pin trader that enjoys the hobby. And I'm going to show you here. Take a look at this. These are all the pins that we've been able to get off of a couple boards that you've seen, but the majority with other people in the park here. My, oh my, look at all these pins. And we've had wave bees, we've had all sorts of things that they want. It's just been such a blessing to be able to trade with all these people today. So again, if you see me filming, if you see me pin trading, stop me, let's make a trade. So our next pin board is going to be found right here at Northwest Mercantile in the Canada Pavilion. So we're going to walk in, take a look, and see if there's anything we need. All right, here is the pin board found at Northwest Mercantile here in the Canada Pavilion. And again, as we make our way around this board, I told you it was going to get hard. I told you we were going to run out of luck and it was going to get hard. And so I'm not seeing anything that we need. And so we are going to move on to the next pin board here in Canada. Canada far and wide. No, we're not going to that, but the next two pin boards are going to be located down this way. As I show you down here, there is a Le Cellier Steakhouse just behind that tree inside of that beautiful looking castle thing right there. And then there's the EPCOT fun spot. That's where the other one's going to be. So we're going to hit these two pin boards one by one and see if there's anything we need today. Okay, so here is Le Cellier Steakhouse. Let's walk in, take a look at their board and see what we can find. All right, well here is the pin board located at the Le Cellier Steakhouse. And again, as we make our way around this board, I'm going to make an exception, I think. I'm going to do that. This is Ham from Toy Story. And so I'm going to take that. Again, does he count as a trio with Woody and Buzz? I know, it's my game, my rules, so I say yes. But then I see this guy right here. I like Doug. I'm going to take this one home. So we're going to take this guy. We're going to take this guy. Let's leave behind this Goofy right here. And let's go ahead and leave behind our Fantasia pin right there and take these home today. EPCOT Fun Spot. That is where our next board is going to be located. If you head here to the back to the cast members, they'll have that board ready for you. All right, well here is the pin board located at the EPCOT Fun Spot here in the Canada Pavilion. And as I look around the board, again, we are down to needing Elsa and we are down to needing two Little Mermaid pins. Again, I'd take Sebastian, I'll take Flounder, I'll take King Triton, I'll take Ursula. I don't even care, I'll take any of them. But I am not seeing any on this board, and so we will move on to the next one. So before we leave World Showcase, the Disney Vacation Club hut right here, looks like they do have a pin board today. I always encourage you to check it out. And so let's take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, well, this is why I always, and I mean always, encourage you to check out the Disney Vacation Club here next to Canada. Look at this board. As I make my way around here, look at all the wave bees. You got Pleakley there, you've got, that's not even a wave bee, but you got a Stitch, you've got a Shmee hat, an Yzma hat, another Shmee hat. Wow, back-to-back Shmee hats on a board. Not gonna be mad when it's wave bee. You've got a Tinkerbell, you have a Tiana ear hat. So what am I gonna take, you ask? Well, I'm gonna take Pleakley. I like Pleakley. He's a good guy to trade. And I think I'm gonna take this Yzma hat right here. Oh, Tinkerbell or Yzma hat? You at home, what should I take, should I take? I'm doing Tinkerbell. I made the decision. Leaving Yzma hat, and I'm taking Tinkerbell. So I'm taking these two. Let's leave behind Mickey and Goofy. Again, always trade real for real. And let's leave behind this hit Mickey villain right here. So we're gonna leave these two and take these two home today. All right, so as I was talking to that cast member there at the DVC hut, again, that's why I encourage you, don't sleep on the Disney Vacation Club hut. They had just gotten a pinboard refresh. Those refreshes are no joke. I don't even care that there was two of the same pins with the Shmee hat. Now, I didn't want the Shmee hat. I took Tinkerbell and I took Pleakley, but I am never gonna snooze on a Wave B. And again, it might be the demise of my game. We'll see what happens. But the next pin board gonna be located right here in the port of entry. So we'll walk in, ask to see that pin board, and see if we can't knock out a couple more of these pins. All right, and here is the pin board located inside of port of entry here as we exit World Showcase. And again, we are down to needing Elsa, and we need a couple characters from The Little Mermaid, and I am not seeing anything, and so we will move on to the next one. All right, friends, well, we are getting down to the end here, and if my math is correct, and oftentimes my math doesn't math, we are down to our last 5 pin boards. Our last 5 pin boards, and we still need 3 pins. And so it's coming down to the end here, coming down to the wire. Not sure we're gonna be able to finish it, but the next pin board is gonna be located over here. It's not gonna be in the Journey into Imagination with Figment. That's the entrance to the ride. We're going over here. It's gonna be called ImageWorks. It's gonna be inside of the gift shop. So you're gonna make your way down this walkway and it'll be located on the right-hand side. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board located inside of ImageWorks, which is the Journey into Imagination with Figment gift shop. And we're running out. We are running out of time, and I think we only have 4 pin boards after this, so we will move on to the next one. Okay, so I did come upstairs to the DVC lounge here at EPCOT, and first of all, I didn't know there was a pin board. This is relatively new, and I'm excited about that. So if you haven't known that, there is a pin board in the DVC lounge, but there are 2 pins that we need. I'm gonna take this Elsa, because that will complete 1 trio, And I'm gonna take this Ursula, because that can count towards our trio for Little Mermaid. So we're gonna take this one, and we're gonna take this one. So we'll take these two guys right here. Let's leave behind this guy, and let's leave behind this guy. And now we are one step closer to completing Disney Trios Pin Challenge. The next pin board is gonna be found here at the Guest Experience Team Blue Umbrella. So we're gonna walk over there, take a look at that board, and see if we can find that last pin we need. All right, here is the pin board at the Guest Experience Blue Team Umbrella. And again, we need one. We need one Little Mermaid pin, that's it. And as I look around this board, I'm not seeing anything that's gonna help us complete that, so we'll move on to the next one. The next pin board we're gonna look at is found over at this pin cart right here, merchandise cart. It's located directly across from Communicore Hall. And so if you walk right across here, we'll go take a look at that board and see if there's anything we need. All right, friends, well, here is the pin board at the pin cart right across from Communicore Hall. And again, we need a Sebastian, a Flounder. I take a Flopsum and Jetsam. I take anything to complete the challenge, but I'm not seeing it on the pin board, but we do have a pin trading cast member, so we'll talk to her and see if there's anything we need. Okay, so that cast member did have a trivia question, and I had never heard that trivia question, but there was I can't remember the lady's name, so I apologize. But there was a Turkish-American composer who put together music in a Marvel movie. She does the music here for EPCOT. When you walk around, you hear the music playing like you might hear in the background right now. She's the one who makes that, but she made music. It was the first foreign-born female to put together a song for one of the Marvel movies. And it took me a minute, but it was Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, she created some music in that, and she also does the music here at EPCOT. And so I was able to score this Dining Kronk card right here, this Dining Kronk pin, I should say. And so I was really excited about that. I actually traded for that Dumbo as well, and she wanted a droid for it, and so I wasn't mad about that. And so now we're down to our last couple pin boards. The first being here at the Seas of Nemo and Friends. We're not gonna ride that ride today, but it's actually gonna be in the gift shop. And that gift shop is gonna be right over here. I wanna show you where that is. And so we're gonna walk around this corner and just keep going for you. It's gonna be the Sea Base Aquarium. So if you don't ride the rides, you walk around right here, and it'll be located right back here. All right, friends, here is the pin board at the Sea Base Aquarium. And again, we are down to one. We need King Triton, we need Sebastian, we need Flounder, we need something from the Little Mermaid, and I'm not seeing it on this board, so we'll move on to the next one. All right, friends, we've reached the end. It is the bottom of the ninth inning. There are 2 outs and the bases are loaded. It is Game 7 of the NBA Finals with 2 minutes left and the score is tied. It is the Super Bowl. It is the 4th quarter. We have 80 yards to go, and we've got our 2-minute offense on the field. It is the last pin board. Here we are at the Coral Reef Restaurant, located right over here. That's it. It's the last board we got. We have to find a Little Mermaid pin on that, or we will lose this challenge today. All right, friends, well, this is the final pin board. And again, we need a Sebastian, a Flounder, a King Triton, anybody, any kind of Little Mermaid pin outside of Ursula and Ariel, and I'm not seeing it. And so that is it. We did not accomplish a challenge today, and that's okay. We'll live to fight another day. All right, friends, well, that's gonna do it for us today from EPCOT. Again, we had an awesome day of pin trading. We had a lot of fun, but we did not accomplish our Disney Trios Pin Challenge. And I'm gonna show you today where we ended up. Here you go. We had Tigger, Winnie the Pooh, and Piglet. We had our Avengers. We had Mickey, Donald, and Goofy. We had Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. We had the Mad Hatter, Cheshire, and Alice. We had Woody, Buzz, and Ham, C-3PO. We had Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker. We had Jafar, Genie, and Aladdin. We had Elsa, Anna, and Olaf. And here's where we struck out. We had Ariel and Ursula. Now, it's okay. I don't mind losing. It happens from time to time. But if you notice that I missed something Little Mermaid related on the board, somewhere where I took a real pin or somewhere where I didn't take anything, let me know. Clown me a little bit. Make fun of me. It's good to poke and prod a little bit when you're having good fun. But I had a great day. I do want to show you those pins. We had some awesome pin trading with people in the park, awesome trading with cast members. I want to show you the board on the back where we ended up. Look at all these authentic pins we're taking home today. We did amazing. So again, we may not have finished our Disney Trios Pin Challenge, but we had an outstanding day of pin trading. I'm not mad at all. I had an absolute blast. I hope you did too. Again, if you're not following us on all the socials, it's Pin Trading Pastor, Pin Trading Pastor. It's going to be on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Please follow us on all of them. We love having you, love bringing you along for the ride. And as always, friends, love God, love people. Stay blessed.